Hey guys, this is Void of Just Gaming and we are playing Baldum today. There has been a misunderstanding and therefore we have been playing with two supports. So I had to go to the solo lane and you guys are gonna see how this turns out in the end. I had to switch off my internet here in the video because it took just too long, so I kind of felt like there might have been a mistake. So now I'm playing on mobile again. Everything runs a little bit smoother than I usually tend to have done on my last smartphone. So here we go with Baldum on a brand new phone. Playing Baldum top with the heal ability. I would rather have execute playing by myself. And as you have just seen, I was switching my build to a more tank focused and a more solo focused build. The other build that was pre-made has been my build that I was using or that I wanted to use as a support. And there we go. I'm playing against the freaking Florentino on the solo lane. Presumably one of the best characters in the game in dueling. So as you can see, he has quite a bit of an advantage over me. But nonetheless, I don't let myself be scared, and I even managed to throw him into the tower. He needs to flicker out here, something that I did not really realize when I was playing against him. And now comes the first mistake in the game, and it's like a super big and stupid mistake. What was I thinking? Like, I don't even know what rid me into this situation. That is so dumb. And that was so stupid, and I can hardly believe what I've done there in that scene, in that position, because that was just overly stupid. And we are quite lucky that our Irie gets in and gets the kill. I don't get an assist because the time was just taken too long, but nonetheless, it's gonna save me a little bit of time, and I do have less pressure on the top lane here. So there we go. Rest of the game is going on. There's an Irie fight at the middle lane. I need to get out because Florentino comes in. I don't want to fight him under tower, and I would not advise anyone to do so. And our two teammates are able to get one kill against the Irie Crixie combination, which is always a good thing. So there we go. We have turned the loss that I have just been creating into a slight advantage over the enemy. I don't know how everyone else performs in terms of farm. I'm feeling quite good after I have been stealing that vision bird from Florentino before. And I'm going with the Aegis because it's gonna be beneficial in team fights and it's gonna be beneficial for myself as well. And usually Grugs don't build the Aegis, so it's not a wasted item in team fights. And here we go. And look at that, like Florentino really has to take a beating against Baldum, and I was quite surprised. Like, I thought that Florentino would have had a bigger advantage against me. Like, from the playstyle that the other player was bringing to daylight, I can tell that he's not the most experienced Florentino player in the world. And playing against Florentino with Baldum gives you something that the other characters don't. And I'm gonna explain to you guys what is the deal about this. And I might just even put that in the description below because it's actually helpful even if you don't watch the video. So wait a second, we're trying to throw someone into our tower range, and here we go again. And look at that, the combination of your skills combined with that tower, that's just ace. Like, that's dealing so much damage, and that's a combo that you can use over and over again. And lucky for them, Irie has her ult ready, because otherwise I would have been able to throw them in the tower again. Okay. So let me explain what you can do against Florentino, and it's quite easy because Florentino usually works with a straight kind of deal. Good stop from the Irie here, but tactically I made her move into my range, like backwards to me, because otherwise she would have been snagged by the ult. Like, it would have been an easier kill, but nonetheless that was my intention, like rather get her with my ult, deal some damage, and get the time to get closer. Or on the other hand, make her retreat, and that's what happened. So full success. Okay, so about the Florentino thing, I let myself get carried away all the time. If you're fighting against Florentino, Florentino usually has a really easy routine. And that routine basically is he wants to hit you with his dart. And after he hit you with his dart, he is gonna jump from one flower to the other, as he does here. And every single time he does that, he is going to be a little bit on the faster side. He is going to jump around from there to there, from there to there, and there, and there, and there. And that's how Florentino works. He throws a dart at you, like straight in your face. 3 flowers appear on the bottom of the battlefield, and he will he will walk to them, and then afterwards he just touched them, his 2 refreshers, which means current dashes right into your face, and you will always be knocked up. And there's particularly nothing that you can do against that, unless you have an ult such as, let me think, Chogna. Chogna, for example, can rid of these control effects, but I'm not really sure if that is an on-hit effect or if that is a lasting one, because I would then think that you can prevent one knockup from happening if you are really, really fast with pressing the button. Otherwise, things are going to be straight in your face. The design choice why I took the Frost Cape here is because the Frost Cape applies a little bit of damage on the hit, and I just wanted to have this extra damage in terms of team fight situations. And I did not really realize that the tower was actually targeting me. I thought it was targeting the minions, but the minions had been killed by the tower, so I had to move out. But nonetheless, we have the first tower in the game. That's a good thing. I think our Irie has a consistent jungle path. I've seen her a couple of times on top, like 2 times. She was on mid, and she has been running around on the bottom as well, so that's pretty sufficient. Again, we're trying the tower combo. Unfortunately enough, it did not really work out the way that we've planned, but we do get a nice Crixie here, and Crixie combined with the ult of Dio-chan and my 2 is a dead person, and there's nothing that this Irie can do against the combined forces of Dio-chan and Baldum and Irie. So there we go, that's the second tower in the game. I don't know why they have been so aggressive, guys. Like, if you are... It just seemed that they have been a little bit too cocky. Like, there was no reason that they needed to be overly aggressive like that. Like, I don't really know what brought them to the point. And in this game, I just realized how much sustain Zip has and how much armor Zip has. Like, look at that guy. He is sitting there, throwing out his 1, cursing every single enemy, and it's just taken us too long here. And they've got with Crixie and now Irie, but Crixie and Hayate are enough to clear every single wave. And after we called retreat a numerous times, Dio-chan is still not able to move her ass out, and she is going to comment that, and I'm like, what the fox? Unfortunately, the combined forces of Elsu and I did not really manage to do something against them. Irie is coming from behind. I don't really know if she can snack the enemies here. Let's see. No, they just went away. So that's unfortunate, but things like that happen. Crixie comes in, so Irie has to move out. Too much damage from those 2, and if things are going wrong, Zip is able to snack Crixie and just drive away as a furball, and there's nothing that we can do against it. So there we go. I see my team is up and running, and they are fighting against each other here, but it's towers before teammates, so I have to get in, and now we are really, really angry, and we are about to enter the fight, and we are going to decide some things. And the stupid thing is Elsu is pretty low, so therefore we can't really do anything against them, and I'm positioning myself in here all the time, and now I have to move out. Like, At least we got 2 kills out of that, and I hope that Elsu is gonna make the 3rd one. There we go, the 3rd kill. So we lost 2 people, we defended the tower, kind of, and poor Elsu is being dived here by those 2 guys. There's not really that much that he can do against it, so... Well played other team, like well played Frontino and Hayate. And well played Irie, because she got another person here in that game. Clear the minion wave. There's not anything that you can do against that. And I'm like, well, let's have a tower here. A nice free tower. And unfortunately, I see a Florentino here. And I'm not really afraid of Florentinos, but I see another Crixie here. And now I see a Zip here, and I'm like, dude, that's just too much. And the ult is a little bit longer than the range indicates, so I'm happily out here, happily alive, which is a good thing. So your ult is a great tool to engage or disengage. Or what I like, usually I use my ult tactically in order to just drag enemies away from the fights. Like if I don't want some certain fights to happen, that's what I was talking about. He's eating her, he's bringing her back to the defense, and Grog's hook is the only thing that has prevented us from not getting another kill. I'm getting the Irie. The other Grog hook is not so lucky as the one before, so now we have to deal with Zip, and Zippity Zip is doing a lot of damage here. Yeah, that was like... Grog, do you know what you're doing? Now Elsu is making a ferocious entry. And with the 3 of us, there's not really that much that he can do against us. But now we need to get out, and of course I am getting killed here. Like I could have used my ability to run out, but I'd rather have a dead enemy and a dead me than having just a dead me. And the enemy is causing havoc in my team, so that's the deal about that. Playstyle wise, I thought that Baldum is pretty solid in solo lane. I think he's profiting from the enchantments as many other characters are doing. It just gives you a little bit more sustain than you would have had usually, because actually you didn't really had a sustain outside restore and heal. So that's a good thing, and I think he's a solid pick. Like, he's got 2 CC abilities, like a really hard CC with the throw and with the locking glass that he provides with his ultimate, and you have the soft CC slowing enemies a little bit and causing damage to them with your 2. And now things are even better than because I got the Frost Cape. Irie gets a kill here, but lets herself get killed as well. And now I have to be a little bit careful because I don't want to throw anyone into my Dio-chan. And that's always a problem if you're facing the enemy and your whole team is running behind you. But then what you can obviously do is you can position yourself to throw enemies away from your team. That works just fine as well. And that ult is just so crazy. I mean, I don't think that he kind of knew where he would go. But it's enough damage for us to make it work. And I have been pressing heal, but I was just, I think, a split second too slow, because I will have my heal ability ready as soon as I get back. You see there is no cooldown, but that would have been this little tiny health increase that I would have needed in order to withstand Zip's ability, and I would have made it to presumably the top tower. And we could have had another tower, but actually things are looking pretty good. 25 versus 17, that's a nice result at this part of the game, 15 minutes in, so it's not a 25-1, so they are defending themselves. We're trying really hard to pressure them. Towers are equal, so the game is equal as well. I think they have had the Abyssal Dragon twice. We have the Abyssal Dragon just once, so that's a lead for them. And now I need to go in there, and this is gonna be something. So now wait for it. And now, can I hear it? Triple kill with Baldum. Great success. That was the combination of the ult. And it was the 2 and everything else. And everything worked out quite well. So, and now... Now take a look at Dio-chan. 2 seconds are in. I rallied to attack. And we are in here. Rather than pushing the middle lane or doing anything else that would have been beneficial for the whole team, she decides to go to the fucking blue buff beforehand. But why? I mean, good thing is that she is, and Elsu had his ult ready. He could have moved out, like, and I don't really get why Dio-chan was going for that tower and not helping us here, because it actually took quite a while for us to defend it. A good thing is that she's moving out right now. If she would have would have been killed, that would have been even worse. But my goodness, eventually that would have been the end of the game. So now that's gonna take us a little bit longer. Doesn't matter. My item build is almost finished. I want the Shield of the Lost. There's no sense in getting the Abyssal Dragon right now, not soloing. So I'm waiting here. We do see both of them because we got the Vision Bird. And now Florentino makes a mistake. And a pretty big one. I'm healing up Elsu in order to make him stay here. And while I'm not getting Hayate, I'm able to get the 2 of them. And Elsu kind of finishes off Crixie. And Crixie makes the mistake here to stay a little bit too long out in the open. Like after watching it again, you could see where Elsu was basically pointing at, and she moved right into that laser pointer. So good Elsu match. And we do have a lag here. And you could see that Ivy had a lag before when we were on that top right tower. So there we go. The last tower to stand. I'm calling Rally. There is just Florentino and now Irie in order to defend the base. We have another 14 seconds to kill them. I'm using my ult just on purpose in order to get them away. The girls use all their powers, and while they're chasing things around, I rather hit the core. I think that's more beneficial. And there we go. That is game, ladies and gentlemen. We won it, and I won with Baldum. And I think Baldum is actually a pretty solid pick. I mean, he has a pillar for a reason. If you're not a dude to stomp people, if you're not a person to stomp people into the ground, you would not have a pillar with you, I suppose. I guess so. I guess that's one of the facts. So we're watching, we're checking the results after the end of the game. Also is a well-deserved MVP. I do get some proficient points. I think the last action wasn't that great from her, and here we go. 10, 6, 18. That's my build, 11.9 in terms of that, and I had the highest participation while I was not doing that much damage. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm What If Does Gaming, and please subscribe over there.